Welcome back, gentlemen, for part 3 of the 65 Mustang floor pan and firewall. Where we left off at the end of part 2, we got the firewall in, mostly welded in, and today we just cut out the 2 braces that we had going from here down to the subframe. We got the floor pan itself shortened up a little bit because we're not going to go into this area back here. It's all pretty solid. We got the floor pan set down in there. Just getting a rough fit on it, checking everything out, seeing where it falls. Like I said, it's just sitting in there for right now, but we're about to pull it back out and trim off a little bit back here, make it fall into place a little bit better. We got some angle iron. This is what we're going to use. This here is what we're going to use for the floor pan to sit on, so it'll go underneath the floor pan like this. Yeah, sitting on top of it now, but we'll get these welded in and the floor pan will sit on top of this, because as you can see from National Parts Depot, the floor pan itself is about maybe 3/8 of an inch shorter than the body of the car on both sides. Alright, so we got the floor pan all fitted in there, cut in, went around and grinded all the paint off so it's nice and smooth all the way around. We're gonna weld the front and back in, and then we're gonna come from underneath and put the channel, and then weld the floor pan to the channel to the body. But so far so good. Got a couple tacks on the hump. We're just gonna hammer it down flush and weld it, hammer it down flush, weld it until we get a good weld all the way on the front and back. Alright, so we got the floor pan in about, it's probably about 60% welded as far as the top portion goes. And as you can see, just welded it down through here and then up this side. And that's where it welded across to the firewall. And show you what we're doing for the angle for it to fit, to sit on.
So basically I took a measurement down this long side here. It's about 14 inches. Measured it off of a single piece of iron. Made my cut at 14 inches and made the bend so that after I stick it in, it follows that line of the firewall.
Just like that. And then we got it all cleaned down to bare metal through here. And you can see the angle right here. So I'll weld the angle to the body, and then we'll put the next piece of angle in and weld it to the body, and then come back and weld the floor pan to the angle, and the top half of it will be done. We can go to the bottom and weld the floor pan to the subframe. Alright, now that we got the floor pan all welded in, we got the welds painted up so they don't rust, we just got to put these seat brackets in, and they just slide right down in there. We're going to clean up all the fresh paint and get down to bare metal, and just run a bead all the way around on both sides, so that'll be brand new seat brackets in there. So now we got the floor pans totally welded in, the seat risers are totally welded in, firewalls 100% welded in. I'm gonna lift the car up and show you the underside, show you where we welded it into the subframe. We got all the braces cut out, the big X brace, the subframe connectors that we put in it. So it's pretty good from here. So I'll go ahead and lift it up and let you see what's going on underneath there. Alright, this is the underside here. As you can see, it's welded all the way around, which is far better than the way they are from the factory. Like, they have massive gaps like this one right here. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty much just spot welded, like one here, one here, one here. But the way we did it is we welded it all the way around, except for places like this that were just, I mean, we'd have to hammer the mess out of that, and then you risk denting the floorboard from the inside. I'll just give you an idea. That's to the subframe, and then that's the L channel. It was actually a little bit bigger, which I think I can show you over here. So it was 1.5 by 1.5 inches, and right there in that corner there, you see where we had to go down the whole length of it and cut it off level with the original seam. And then we use some of this here. It's really good stuff. 3M, part number 08115. They claim it to be as good as weld, so that's what we ran all through here. Pretty much everywhere there was an overlap. Like, this is where the floor pan goes over the original, so we welded it on the top and then seamed it on the bottom. And the same thing goes for right here where the firewall meets the floor pan. So this will conclude the 65 fastback floor pan and firewall. It wasn't too bad. I figure it took us about it took us 4 days, but this was our first one, and you know, there's a lot of times where only one of us can work at a time, so it wasn't, you know, 2 or 3 guys for 8 full hours consecutive through the day. But I would say this job on the next one, if I was to quote it, the same exact thing for a firewall and a floorboard, I would say probably, like, with 2 guys, 20 hours. I think with 2 guys that are experienced, you know, one cutting on each side, that's doable. But so this is it, and I think we have a 68 Cougar coming in. It needs some floorboards, quarter panels, torque boxes, a couple other things. But like I said, we put a quote in on that for a gentleman, and we're just waiting to hear back, see if he's going to bring it over. And if he does, then I'll continue on to make videos on that one as well. And again, this was the first time we've done this, and it'll be the first time we're going to do a Cougar or quarter panels. But I'm confident we can do it. I don't think it's a problem. It's not something that we're afraid of. So if you've seen how we did anything or have any advice, you know, be sure to comment and like and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.